All right, welcome back to the channel. Here we are on the Straight Schmidt channel. BMW iX, first full electric SUV from BMW. We saw the interior, the exterior walk around, showed you all the tech. Let's go for a drive. Here we go. Well, it's quiet, I'm gonna tell you that. And obviously it's quiet because there's no engine. So it is, you know, the loudest thing they always say the loudest thing you hear is the turn signal. All right. Now, literally first impressions is how normal this feels. If you were already driving a BMW, this feels very much like a BMW, where you've got all these controls here that are the same. You've got this beautiful, wide, large heads-up display like you do in other BMWs. All your controls for your mirrors and your windows and everything, they're all logically placed. You've got a great commanding view of the road ahead, and your sidelines are really good. There is a slight blind spot in the very, very back corner, but adjust your mirrors correctly, and with the blind spot monitoring that the vehicle has, then it's more than fine. You know, we've got 96% of battery. We've got 320 miles of range right now, and it's 62 degrees and cloudy out. So obviously, if it's hotter outside, if it's colder outside, that affects how much range you're going to get with the battery and performance, all kinds of different stuff that goes on with that. The steering wheel, I didn't know if I would like it. It's not a yoke, but I can see that it maybe at some point it might happen. It's a very flat bottom steering wheel, and it's kind of a, well, it's almost like an octagonal look to it, because you've got that flat bottom on the top. You've got well, it's not flat, it's semi-flat, but then you've got these two angles on the sides plus a fully flat bottom on the steering wheel, and there's plenty of room there. You can hold your hands here, you can put them up here. They've got these nice thumb bump outs. It handles really good going around this entrance ramp. The cruise control is, again, full radar cruise control, just like the BMWs, with that as an option. The car ride is, well, it's not a car, it's an SUV. So I activated the cruise control, and hit the mode. All right, it's really quiet. I get a little bit of wind noise from the mirrors, but in general, it's really quiet. I could hear that truck, because it's a big diesel truck, but it's really nice and quiet. There's plenty of room. The seat is really nice. The way it's designed, the headrests don't move, they're integrated into the seat, but the way you can rest your head on it and not be too far back, or some cars have it so far forward that you're kind of tilting your head a little bit, but this is really good. It has this nice solar windshield, so if you look at this upper portion, it's pretty clear, but then when you get into the solar area, it's got a little bit of a green tinge to it, or super light, like green tinge, and then it's clear up here with just the little dots, and that's where you're going to put your toll passes or your radar detectors and that kind of stuff. Radar detectors, because yeah, this car is really quick. It's the manufacturer says 4.4 seconds 0 to 60. We should, if you're a watcher of this channel, you know I have a Ram TRX, and I have done 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds in that. and they say the new M version of this will do 3.5 seconds, 0 to 60. So I should do a video. Comment, tell me if I should. I should do a video of drag racing this car against the Ram TRX, and then when the M comes out, drag race the TRX to the M and see who wins. Comment, who do you think's going to win? I think the Ram's going to beat this because this is only 4.4 seconds, 0 to 60, but on the Ram too, the traction is one of those things. It's got so much power that it wants to break the tires loose, so you can't get a 3.5 second pull every single time unless you go to the drag strip. That's another place we should go. We should take it to the drag strip, get it to hook up really good, and see how it does. But again, driving this, it's super comfortable. It's quiet. Ergonomically, things are just laid out really nice. You know, when you rest your arm on the door, it's nice, and again, it has that radiating heat package. So the door panels, the whole bottom of the dash, they radiate warmth. As far as resting your arm on this armrest and on this armrest, a very comfortable driving position. The bottom of the steering wheel is wide open. There's no post in the center like on some BMWs. So when you can rest your hands right here and rest your elbows right here, it's excellent. But the 10 and 2 is nice. It's got thumb areas for it where you can just rest your thumbs. That's actually really, really cool. The heads-up display is beautiful. It's really, really crisp. It's very intuitive. It shows obviously your speed. It's going to show your direction and everything like that. And again, like I showed in the other video, you can go and change the layout of what it looks like and everything like that, just to play with it a little bit and see what you like. Some people don't like a ton of information in that heads-up display. Some people do. Same thing with the instrument cluster. You can change the level of stuff that you're going to get in that instrument cluster. So if you want a more minimalistic design, you've got that. If you want more of a, you know, I want all the information that I can get on here, you can do that. The interesting thing is when you're used to driving gasoline vehicles, you are used to looking at your engine temperature, your battery voltage, oil pressure, all that stuff. Well, this doesn't have an engine, so there's no engine temperature, there's no voltage, there's no nothing. It's just, you got your range, you got your speed, you got your battery percentage, you've got your temperature and your time, and that's pretty much it. You don't really need any of that other stuff because that other stuff doesn't exist in this car, which again, that is a really nice feature. I like that. I like the minimalistic kind of a thing. I also like the fact that as far as serviceability goes, it's a pretty simple thing. BMW pays for 2 years for your maintenance and pays 2 years for your charging. So if you go to charge somewhere and you bought this car for 2 years, whether it's a level 2 or level 3 charger, like the DC fast charger, there's no payment you have to make, and you can just charge it up. Obviously, the nice thing is if you have a level 2 charger at home, then you can do that. My wife has a BMW X5 with hybrid, and we have a charger at home, and in general it costs us around $40 to $50 a month to keep that vehicle charged up. So we plug it in every single night based on our kilowatts that we use and the cost of the kilowatts for where we live in South Georgia. It's generally about $40 or $50 a month. Now, as you're well aware with gas prices, you could spend $40 or $50 every time, or more. Actually, you're probably going to spend more on gasoline, whereas that hybrid car, it's going to do generally about half. So you're going to get about half the mileage on the car. So if you have 10,000 miles on the car, about 5,000 of those is done in electric, and about 5,000 is going to be done with the internal combustion engine. So that's an interesting juxtaposition, because if you think about it, they still want you to do the service at 10,000 miles, but your engine hasn't driven 10,000 miles. Kind of interesting. But yeah, this just honestly, this just feels really, really nice, and it feels normal. It doesn't feel odd. It doesn't feel like I've got to learn so many new things about this, because I don't, because it's all generally just BMW. This new iDrive 8 system with this floating screen, which I showed in the previous video, is super nice, super clear. The clarity, again, I can't get over how clear this is. It's super, super clear. So I need to wear reading glasses to read, but with this, I actually don't need to wear them. It's such a bright screen. Wow, this thing's quick. Anyway, we're gonna go up here and we'll do another little walk around on the outside of this vehicle, but it's nice. This one has the optional 21-inch wheels, which is going to give you a little bit better range. They look a little bit better. They fill that wheel well up really nicely. And yeah, I see all those people getting gas over there. I have to get gas in my truck, I understand that, but if I had this, I wouldn't have to. I would just plug it in at home, plug it in at work, and I would be good to go. So yeah, this is really something. Now, the other thing you need to really get used to with this is the regenerative braking. So when you lift off, they talk about one pedal driving. So when you lift off of this, you are going to, the vehicle will actually just kind of slow itself down, right? So it's just kind of and it's reversing the motors in the engine, the electric engine, that is, and it's slowing the car down, so you use less brakes. There's cars out there that are going 100,000 miles and they don't need brakes because of the regenerative braking that it's doing, and it's using that electric motor as a brake for that, which I think is nice, because obviously you're doing that, you're not using your brakes, plus you're recouping energy that would normally just be spent, and that energy recuperation is going back into the battery. You're not going to get, it's not going to charge itself up to 100% just by using that. I don't even think if you were driving on the other side of Eisenhower Tunnel and going down that way that it would do that. I know it's going to recoup some, but it's never going to recoup everything. But instead of wasting that, then you can use that. Now, if you don't like that feeling, if you want to brake yourself, you can do that. It's a system that you can turn off. So you can turn it off completely, you can have it on part way, or you can have it on full. So when you go to decelerate, it really ramps itself down quite a little bit. So let's pull off up over here and do, let's just see how this thing accelerates. I guess I'm gonna have to put my head back and see. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's really quick. That is properly quick, and it's all-wheel drive, so it has traction right away. Let's go and try that again. Wow. Yeah, the window sticker fell back. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. If you're used to, like me, if you're used to a vehicle that has an engine and you go to accelerate and you get all that noise, and that kind of gives you part of that, then you don't have that in this car. So let's turn around. The turning radius is surprisingly good, and let's just pull in here, and we'll do a quick little walk around on this. All right.